Yeah, so I tried to suck my own dick and gave myself genital herpes. Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of Honors Film. I'm Alec Christensen, joined as always by Noah Cope.
What's up?
Lucas Leonard.
Howdy.
And Quinn Pedersen-Wilson.
Hey.
We're talking about Vampire's Kiss today, a 1988, I believe, movie starring Nicolas Cage as a man convinced he is a vampire. But before we do that, let's dive into a very eventful day. Super Bowl is today.
Let's get right
sports.
into the news.
Patriots won, so
God bless.
there's a lot to
Another
look forward
year.
to.
That's another 4 months of winter, right?
Yeah, the evil empire keeps going, keeps trucking.
More like 6 for Rob Gronkowski's nose. Am I right, boys?
Oh, because he does cocaine.
Yeah, he loves the shit.
Yeah,
Friend of the pod. Friend of
that's
the pod.
fine. I think we've made a Gronkowski joke on the last episode as well.
We made one on the Punisher.
I'm glad that's a motif. Oh yeah, young Punisher looked like a
Rob Gronkowski. Friend of the pod.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? Like, I thought I'd be like irritated the Patriots won, but I don't really like have a lot of feelings about it. It's just kind of the new normal. It's kind of boring.
I think it's
the
just
best
because
part
the
about
game
the
was
Patriots
boring as
winning-
shit.
Yeah,
I think the best part about the Patriots winning is we get to see, oh my God,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
God, we get to see Tom Brady kiss his dad on the lips again.
Sports are tough, aren't they? There's so many names.
They are.
2 teams, 2 quarterbacks. Hard to keep it straight.
I think, not to get too analytical here with the thing, the sports ball, but I think the Rams could have tried a little harder to score more points, and I think that would have given them a leg up on the Patriots.
Yeah, probably.
Them scoring more points would have caused them to win.
And I
That
think
is 100%.
the way they do that, though, to make it more specific, would have just been to like play football better.
Nice.
Oh my God.
Real
more
sports
creative.
talk here.
Maybe pass the ball more, maybe try running it in different directions. And like
Maybe
the goal
not
of
trying
football is to
like, get
obviously
hit.
run or pass where other opponents aren't.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that, and I think it
I
makes
think
the
this is
game
an
confusing.
in-depth analysis.
Honestly, hey, you know what?
We should rebrand Honors
You
Sports.
should replace Tony Romo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so one thing about the
Who?
Super Bowl, I was watching it today, and he was obviously one of the announcers, and I had kind of forgotten about him, but like seeing his name reminded me. In high school, like the thing, I'm not like a sports person, but the thing I would always get so mad about with sports was just Dallas Cowboys fans.
Mhm.
Just being like, I don't know if you guys would agree or if this is like an unpopular or popular opinion, but Cowboys fans are the worst.
I would say they are now eclipsed
That's
by
true.
Patriots fans.
What about
That's
Green
fair.
Bay Packers fans?
I mean,
They're
they're
kind
just
of
not.
lost right now, though.
They haven't had like success, like enough success, for them to
What
be
about
able to have
Seahawks?
like that level of brazen confidence that the
Yeah.
Patriots do.
What about Seahawks fans?
They're kind
They're
of
just
on
annoying
the
because
living
they're
it.
out
losers.
as well.
They're annoying because they're losers.
That's true.
That's the best way to put it.
Russell
Everyone's
Wilson,
a
just an
winner.
absolute cornball.
Dude, he's so cool.
He's so cool.
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah.
That's
God
that's
bless.
the Seahawks quarterback, Noah.
He's the guy that gets the ball and throws it
And
at the beginning of
throws
the
it.
play.
Who's he married to again?
Sierra. Future's
Didn't like they make
ex-wife.
didn't they like make a huge deal about the fact that they're waiting till marriage?
Oh, they advertise that shit.
I love
Yeah,
when
they're
celebrities brag about not having sex.
Yeah, like they're like, oh yeah, we're fucked yet. Like who cares?
Yeah. It's whatever. It's just like a vanity project. One other thing we should talk about before we get into this this movie was rapper 21 Savage, who we've discovered is a secret Brit, an illegal alien from across the pond.
See,
Thank you,
I was
ICE.
more interested in this. I was more
Immigration and
interested-
Custom Enforcement.
Yeah, so he was detained by ICE this morning and they say that he is
in Atlanta, nowhere near the border. Nowhere near the border.
Our boys,
they were just out chilling.
And I guess what's the main accusation, that he's just been here since?
Yeah, so he apparently came here when he was 13, and his visa expired 1 year later because it wasn't like an immigrant. It was like a visiting visa. So he overstayed his welcome, and they decide when he's like, I think he's pretty old now. Like, I want to say he's around like 23, 24. They waited like a while to do this, and I don't know why they just decided to do it now.
Yeah, I think if like you've been in the country long enough, there's like a point where the ICE agents like shouldn't be able to touch you anymore.
I mean,
like,
they should never be able to touch you.
He's making enough money, and he's a part of the society.
There needs to be like a rule where it's like, if you go beyond this point, you can no longer be deported. Like, okay. I mean, no one should get deported, but like,
I think this is all like an ICE. My theory is that this is all like an ICE publicity stunt.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's hear this one out.
Okay. So I kind of gave you guys a little prelude to it, but my thing is, I think ICE is like, look at all the cool, hip benefits of being an ICE agent. So you get to interact with celebrities and do cool shit while wearing Oakleys.
And
and 21 Savage took the big
Oakley's
bucks.
with the band that goes behind your bald head and kind of is a little too tight, so it makes the bald squish. So the back of your head looks like a hot dog pack.
Yeah, Lucas, I think like you have a lot of merit with this idea, because ICE ain't got no like, they have no clout when it comes to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're not the military. They're not like Army. The Army has cool recruitment videos.
Yeah, they're not going into a high school cafeteria.
Trying to pick up 18-year-old boys to sign and 16-year-old girls to go on a date.
Ooh.
Exactly.
I think ICE has just about as much clout as the AR-15 girl on Twitter.
Super cool, has lots of friends that are
not actually
paid to be there.
Wait, this is like a huge discovery. Is ICE just a group of clout sharks?
Dude, ICE is full of clout sharks.
Dude, they're clout sharks. That's why they're
hungry,
going after 21.
They're like, and really, they're just trying to like lock him up in a picture.
Yeah, that's probably what they're trying to do.
Yeah, they're like, shit, he wouldn't take a picture with us on the street, but maybe if we get him in this like isolated room for 27 hours.
Maybe
if we make some shit up about him being from Great Britain.
I think that's the wildest
part. They're trying to keep up with the state of New York because they got Tekashi 6ix9ine, so now we need to get another rapper. They're gonna be sending the FBI after fucking like Lil Uzi Vert.
But not our beloved 21 Savage.
Yeah, dude, ICE is like, we call dibs on 21 Savage.
Dude, that's fucked up.
CIA is gonna brainwash to keep this relevant, like probably like Travis Scott, Big Boy, maybe. CIA is kind of up there.
The CIA is going sicko mode.
Dude, they're just gonna take down all our favorite rappers.
They're not gonna take down Travis Scott or possibly maybe even Sheck West. Who knows?
Dude,
but I think they're gonna brainwash him and make him like make country music.
You know, it'd be the biggest atrocity.
What?
If they went after Playboy Cardi.
Oh no, that's like Homeland Security. Like,
dude,
they need to send like the top
Army Rangers.
That's no, that's like Navy SEALs. Navy SEALs.
Yeah, the guys who got Bin Laden would have to do it.
Yeah, Playboy.
To get Playboy Cardi.
Playboy Cardi. He's gonna take down like a fucking like ICE agent. Gonna take down an ICE insurgency.
He's gonna go like John Wick on them.
He's gonna go.
Yo, bitch.
Okay. Oh, we should maybe start talking about the movie now. So,
dude, do we have to? Do we have to?
We do. Vampire's Kiss, Nicolas Cage. What are our first thoughts?
Stupid.
Oh, have you guys ever had a fever dream?
Dude, you're tearing me apart, Lisa.
Yeah. I've had
moments like that.
I've had a fever dream.
Yeah, so like you're just kind of disoriented when you wake up from it, and like you really want water. That was me throughout like Vampire's Kiss.
Yeah. I just thought there were so many wonderful moments, though.
Yeah, you liked it. You said this was the best movie we've seen.
This is my favorite movie we've done so far.
Really? Okay, I don't see that.
I really enjoy. I thought it was so fun.
Dude, I enjoyed the Fast and the Furious better more than
Dude, I enjoyed Harold and Kumar better
Yeah,
than
me
that.
too.
Yeah, so did I.
Oh my god, you guys.
This is like the lowest one for me.
Really?
Yeah. I'd say Fast and Furious is number one.
I think
Actually,
It
I'm
is-
gonna.
for me it goes Harold and Kumar, Punisher Warzone, Fast and the Furious, and then Vampire's Kiss.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought there were moments. I think his performance, like, he really did it all. I think like him wearing the vampire teeth and trying to look like Nosferatu, just hilarious.
that was pretty funny.
I think him screaming the alphabet at his therapist.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
Because
that
that's just a
was
scene that just never ends, and it's oh my god. I've rewatched that scene.
my favorite
Hey,
scene is when the cab driver at the when they get to his office, Nick Cage throws money at him, and then the cab driver just whispers, "Crazy Jews."
Oh my god.
Oh,
Do you guys
it was
like
very much a product of '89.
I think the best part-
did you guys know that like in the scene when he like eats a cockroach, did you know Nicolas Cage like actually ate a cockroach?
Yeah, I saw like a video. I watched one
Oh
wisecrack.
my god.
Yeah, he actually ate a cockroach for that scene, for this fucking movie. He ate a fucking cockroach.
Do you know
Okay,
that,
so
that scene where he's like infamous for having his eyes all like weird and buggy?
Yeah.
yeah, he was
I
trying to
saw-
like scare her.
I saw an interview. He's like, yeah, so my motivation for that scene was just to get my eyes as big as I could possibly make them.
Yeah,
Dude.
he thought it would scare her.
Dude, poor Alva. That poor woman.
Dude, I feel bad for even from the beginning, crazy off sex.
See, like,
he like fucking rages on her.
yeah, like their relationship was like funny right up until a certain scene.
I think when he jumped on the desk and fucking chased her into the bathroom was when
No,
I was like,
I
oh,
was
this
thinking
definitely took
about-
place in
I was
the
thinking about
90s.
I was thinking
The
about the
later
other
one?
time when he chases
Oh.
her.
Dude, you thought that's when it went sour?
I mean, like beforehand, it was like funny because he like jumped on the desk and he's like, "There you are!" And
Yeah, so that's when I was like, dude, this guy's batshit insane.
Yeah, but that
It had
It's
some
like that.
Shining vibes, I thought. Like it was very like Jack Nicholson chasing
Oh.
Shelley Duvall around.
Yeah, I could get that. I could get that.
Just like kind of goofy and weird.
but like
You
the
know
thing
what,
I
Alec,
don't
with-
get is why does no one do anything to stop it?
because he's a powerful executive, dude. This is the 90s.
That's true.
I guess.
He says it
But
all the power.
Alec, with that one sentence comparing it to The Shining, you got me on board.
Thank
Fucking
you. See?
classic
See?
piece. Yeah,
I-
you know what, number one now.
I think I like this movie more than The Shining.
Because you know, The Shining is
Oh my god.
like honestly underrated film.
The
You know what, if I had
Shining
to
is
say my
underrated
top
film.
three-
The Shining is an underrated film.
You know what? If I had to say my top three
Like
movies,
Pulp
and this is me just
Fiction.
being, an artsy person. I don't know if you've
Connoisseur
heard of them,
fine art.
but Pulp Fiction, The Shining, and
Inception.
Inception. Yeah, probably. That's just
Bohemian
I don't know if
Rhapsody.
you've heard of. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Dude, we gotta get our one mention of Bryan Singer per episode.
Got it.
Dude,
Cha-ching.
that's why he pays us the big bucks.
We checked it in.
Uncancel.
We've got-
Hashtag
we've got-
uncancel Bryan Singer.
No, we're not going to make that trend. We've got episode's funding secured now, though. We should do Bohemian Rhapsody like after the Oscars.
Oh God,
We
why?
should do it.
Okay, so you're on this
No.
whole anti-Bryan Singer kick, but like you want to do Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Let that
I
like
want to
just
make. I
kind
want to
of
make fun of him.
let that kind of penetrate into your
Didn't
mind.
like Rami Malek
Yikes.
like
Sex offenders.
didn't
and
he like get
penetrate.
fired? Didn't Bryan Singer
Bryan
get
Singer,
fired?
yeah. So Bryan Singer, we should not go down this path too far. But yeah, Bryan Singer got fired from Bohemian Rhapsody because he stopped showing up to set, and him and Rami Malek like almost got in a fight. And yeah, like that's like the official story. I don't know. I don't think they fired him sexual assault charges because, as I said on the last episode, this guy is fucking impossible to get rid of for some reason. This middling ass director who all of his movies are like okay at best.
The X-Men are pretty good.
I heard he's making the 2019 remake of Lolita.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Alright.
oh.
Alright. That's
All right,
enough.
we need to get back to Vampire's Kiss.
Oh my God.
Okay. So do you guys have any other thoughts on it? I think we have very divided opinions here. We're a house
I
divided.
think
I think it's just
Cage-
you.
Nick Cage like read the first 5 pages of it and was like, okay, I have sex with an attractive woman in this scene. vampire flies through the window. Okay, I'm fine with this. This will be a good movie to do.
That actually, there we go. That's what I want to talk about. When he goes to see his therapist the first time and is talking about the bat, and he says that it made him horny.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? That
What
was so
the
weird.
fuck?
That was weird, right? Like, that's not a normal thing to get horny about, right?
Do you never get
once in a
horny
while, but
like that?
I mean, like a bird, sure, but you never see
Does like a stray raccoon ever just walk into your house and you have to like brush it out? You never get, never get off to that.
The question you basically asked is like, you ever get off to animals? No, sorry, it never happens.
Yeah, I can say my hands are clean of that one.
What happened to Nick Cage?
Well, like, I guess we gotta respect him for it.
Yeah.
Do we know?
So-
Method actor Nick Cage.
The vampire woman wasn't real, right?
No, she was a real person, but she wasn't like
She wasn't a vampire.
No.
That we know of.
But question, did Nick Cage actually have sex with her?
Yes.
Yeah.
You think so?
Dude, what
But,
if you,
like-
oh my god, imagine that. You get like a fucking hickey while getting it like on with someone, and then you just convince yourself that they turned you into a vampire.
That's my favorite part. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to him thinking he's a vampire, besides the fact that like he has a hickey and he's like going fucking mentally insane.
He is
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, like at
It's
what
kind of
point?
like Falling Down, but made by like dumb people.
Yeah. Like at what point does he like transition into like reality and like delusion?
Because he'll have like conflicting, like he has like multiple personality disorder, something. Because he went to her house and was like super normal, and then something happens on like the car ride home, the taxi ride back to the office,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just freaks out from there.
I mean,
and
he's
so-
probably like always been pretty fucking crazy, right?
And okay, so side like question from him having actual sex with the lady, does that mean every other time he like has sex with her, like he's just beating the shit out of his meat?
Yeah, I think so. And he's like
Interesting.
probably doing some fucked up shit to his neck so that he keeps getting that weird hickey.
Like those scars, like he fucking drills.
Oh, dude!
Well,
Every
exactly.
time, like, okay, when she like re-bit into that wound, that like
Dude,
kinda
it
made-
looks infected. It looked
that was,
infected.
that was so gross.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Like he has
Like,
tetanus.
ugh.
He has tetanus.
He's got something. He's got vampire AIDS.
He has tetanus. As I'm doing air.
Air
His
quotes.
tetanus.
He has vampire herpes. Let's dive into the theories.
Yeah.
Quinn, since you chose this movie for us, I think it's only fair if you go first.
You're in the middle of the firing squad.
Okay, so my theory is, what if he actually wasn't a vampire the whole time?
What? What?
So if
Jesus
if you
Christ.
think about it, so you know, he's, so
Watches Fast and Furious. My theory is that Dominic Toretto was a good driver.
Yeah, let me take a little bit of huff of this paint before I continue with you.
so if you think about
Oh my
it, right?
god!
So
Gwen
he thinks,
takes the fucking cake for the dumbest theory.
he thinks he's a vampire, but he has to go buy the fake vampire teeth to convince himself that he really is one. That kind of points to him maybe not being a real vampire the whole
Oh
time.
my god.
Yeah, okay, I'll drop the bit, but like honestly,
I have a
Some
theory.
basic
I have a theory
theory.
that Dr. Jekyll is actually Mr. Hyde.
But so I don't know. This movie is so like substanceless for me to like actually have anything like interesting to talk about, other than like for me this whole movie was just like a flat line with a few like really high peaks when he does the crazy shit, like when he jumps up on the table or he does that weird like leans his head and points at her when he's
Like
pissed.
the meme scene.
Yeah, just I don't know, but like this whole movie kind of feels like the writers were sitting there stoned out of their mind. They're like, so dude, what if we did takes a hit. What if we did fucking American Psycho, but Christian Bale was a vampire?
All wearing their Yale.
If Christian Bale was a vampire.
All wearing their
Christian
Yale
Bale
hoodies,
from American
like,
Psycho.
typing away.
This movie kind of gets like they have all the pieces to make a sort of commentary on like American Psycho does, but then they don't ever actually like use any of them. Like they have that one scene where they're all in like the business room, and then they're like it's kind of that same sort of thing where it's like, look at all these fucked up businessmen, and then he's the same sort of like psycho character that kills people and doesn't really care about anybody, but they don't ever like go anywhere with it. So it just seems like I don't understand what the point of the movie was.
Yeah, I just don't think it was a very good movie, so I don't know if is a point.
Well, like, there's, like, certain points where it tries to be, like, artsy and, like, interesting. Like, with the mimes dancing in front of his apartment complex.
Oh, okay, so apparently in the DVD commentary for this movie, they asked the director about that. And then so, if you haven't seen it, it's two mimes are, like, dancing outside of his apartment when he walks in. And then one of them slaps the other one. And then it cuts
spits.
And spits. And then it cuts to some shit in his apartment. And then when he walks out, the mimes are dancing, and they do the exact same thing with the slap and the spit. And they ask the director, and the director's like, "Oh yeah, I don't know why we have this in there."
So this director is off I guess a Quaalude, right? Those are popular back then. Yeah. Fucking he was just off a Quaalude, like, yeah, put the mimes in. Yeah, have them slap and spit at each other. Yeah. That'll go over great.
That was my biggest question watching the movie, actually. Like, I didn't really think about it when I didn't see the mimes, but every time I saw them, I was dying to know why.
And now you know there is no point.
I thought it looked. When they got to like the scene where Nicolas Cage, like, spoiler alert, like, rapes his assistant.
Ooh.
I thought they were supposed to, like, trying to mirror that, like, whole dance.
That's what I kind of thought.
Violence,
that's what, that's what I was, like, thinking, because there was a point where she was lower and he was higher, and okay, but that's not exactly it, though.
Yeah, no, you know what I thought? You remember the part when his, like, imaginary vampire girlfriend breaks up with him? She, like, spits on him, and I thought it was that. I thought it was, like, trying to, like, maybe kind of foreshadow the inevitable breakup.
But they were just like, you know what? We're not even going to make something. We have no clue why we hired those people and paid them money to do that.
I think it's like a classic "Why were the curtains blue" kind of moment, where you
except they didn't make something up for it.
You can read into it as much as possible, but sometimes people just don't have any reason behind their actions.
Sometimes they just do it because it's cool. Sometimes, like, the director probably thought it was cool.
Dude, this movie really made me want to make Vampire GF. God.
Jesus. Yeah, that's the best part about this movie. Is it just so if you want to fuck a vampire.
I'm so lonely. I do think, like, this movie isn't smart in the subtext of, like, actually dealing with those mimes or using them to, like, allude to anything else.
But the text itself is very smart.
I gotta respect. No, I don't think that's the case either.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I gotta respect the director's, like, honesty, though, for, like, not, like, I don't know. I think The Shining is, like, to jump back, is, like, so tainted by, like, Room 237 and, like, all those, like, fucking moon landing conspiracies. It just, like, makes the film annoying.
Yeah.
Like, so looking for it deeper.
Yeah, so I'm glad we're not, like, doing that with this.
We should just start talking about just some horse shit. We should be like, did you know you could see a picture of a dick in the clouds?
Yeah. So in the uncut version, which is 7 hours long, infamously 7 hours long, Nick Cage actually doesn't just do the alphabet, but also counts to as high of numbers as he possibly can.
Yeah.
17.
Like 40.
And then, did you know if you put it in a certain order, if you play the movie in a certain order, it solves the Da Vinci Code?
Yeah, so if you play it for 30 minutes, pause it, and then play for another 30 minutes, and then pause it and play for another 30.
All the letters that Nicolas Cage says in the alphabet scene can actually be used to spell an infinite number of words.
No, if you play this movie syncs up. If you start the record at the same time as him jumping up on the table, it totally syncs up with Total Xanarchy.
Oh my god.
Dude, I freaking love those theories when people are like, "Did you know if you play The Wizard of Oz and The Dark Side of the Moon, they like sync
We tried
up?"
watching that and it was super dumb.
It's like, no, they don't really sync up.
Wait, why do people say they sync up though?
It's like one of those fun facts that's like not true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like that herpes
like,
is only contagious sometimes.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, fun fact, did you know Tom Brady kisses his dad?
Well, that's a fun fact.
Yeah, but that's true.
Yeah, that is true.
It's like the We get to leave in 15 minutes if the teacher doesn't show. Well, like that.
I said that in a class the other day as kind of a half joke because the prof didn't show up, and everyone like took my word for it.
Nice.
Oh
No,
my
they didn't. They didn't tell you to
God.
go shut up.
Maybe that's
No,
not
they
a.
didn't.
That doesn't
Dude,
make
those
it across the board.
Canadians.
Some kid in my class said that. I just told him to fuck off.
Dude, those Canadians don't even know.
I do think it is like fair enough to leave though if they don't show
Oh
up.
no, I would leave,
by
but I just
15
don't
minutes.
think you need to say like you're
We're
allowed to
legally
leave whenever.
obligated to-
It's
I am
college.
doing my public service by leaving.
Like it's college. Like you pay for it. You can leave whenever.
That's
Yeah, it's
very
not
true.
like involuntary that you're there. It's not like the law you have to be at college.
Yeah. Fucking
And
idiot.
even in high school, I had a teacher that in 30 minutes of the and everybody kept saying, "Oh, hey, she's not here in 50 minutes," but no one left because we had another class after. So
Mhm.
what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, where would you go?
Exactly.
All right. I'm gonna give my theory. I'm gonna bang it out and then we can call it a show.
Bang it out.
Transition.
Thank you. All right. So
Gonna bang
my-
it out real quick.
my theory kind of comes from like a grievance I've had over the last week because a couple of people I follow have been pushing multi-level marketing schemes.
People we know personally.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna dox them because
Yeah.
and they don't listen, so it's fine. anyway, but-
Them, multiple people.
Yeah.
Wait, we know.
Well, that's why it's been so annoying.
Oh,
So-
yes.
Wait,
Yes,
Well,
we
we
do.
can talk about it later.
Okay.
So
All right.
it's just been driving me nuts. Because I'm not interested in these things, and like people are so like incessant, and it's just like filling up my feed and my stories. But I got me thinking about like other multi-level marketing schemes and other
Opportunities.
opportunities, if you will. Thank you. Yeah, I should be careful with my language here.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
better word.
So I do think multi-level marketing is kind of like an infection because you do have to like spread it to others. And it got me thinking about like vampirism as well, which is also an infection. So the bulk of my theory, which can kind of pertain to the movie, but really pertains to anything about vampires, is that vampires are themselves a multi-level marketing scheme.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but where's the
Very-
pan?
Very brave.
Where's the pan?
The pay-in?
Yeah, like
Pay-in
where's your
is,
where's your
sacrifice.
$500?
You can't go in the sunlight anymore, and you can't see your own reflection.
Bummer.
So it does take like a lot out of you, right? Like and apparently you also go crazy if you are using this movie as your main text on vampires
And eat a pigeon.
Mhm.
and need a pigeon. But yeah, so the pay-in is a giant scar on your neck, a never-ending thirst for blood,
And fucking hot women.
Yeah.
and buying vampire teeth because you need those. And then basically you just have to spread it, right? So like any good disease, it has to be spread.
Yeah.
Whether that be herpes or multi-level marketing schemes or anything like that. So Nicolas Cage in this movie, he's like convinced he's a vampire. So like, let's take him at his word. And I think a key part of a lot of people's multi-level marketing schemes is it's not their main hustle until they get good at it.
Mhm.
So a lot of the times people are like students or they're trying to sell you knives or they're adults who usually are like have another job. And
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage is like a rich literary agent.
Even
Which
though
I
he
also
rents
think
a
is-
room. He rents a room
And even though he can't afford like
in a house.
more than like $3 pair of like vampire teeth too.
Well, that's why he needs a side hustle.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Like he's supposed to be this big ass executive, but yet he
He
kind of
doesn't have his own place, and he's buying a $3 set of teeth.
So
Yeah.
he's gotten a solution to that, which is a multi-level marketing scheme.
becoming a
Vampirism.
vampire.
Opportunity.
Where do you
think
get the money?
beauty of this theory? It's like an unpaid position. It's kind of like what Quinn does for us.
You just get immortality. That's your payment.
And
That
experience.
is like, yeah.
And experience, of course.
And I think the key part that does kind of tie my theory with this movie and it just like about vampires is this is like the immortality part is kind of like the people who think multi-level marketing is going to make them rich, right? The reality
It
is
never ends.
it's not. You're going to crash and burn, and you're going to alienate everyone around you, just like Nicolas Cage does. And it like ends with his death, and like he's destroyed his own life, and that's kind of a similar fate to a lot of multi-level marketers.
Dude, that's a good theory.
Thank you. I came up with it, I'm going to be honest, before I actually watched the movie, but I was just thinking it would kind of work regardless, you know?
Mm. That's better than I don't think the vampires are real.
Well, dude, think about it. Think about it. What if he wasn't a vampire the whole time?
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: vampires aren't existent, and I'll back up Quinn on this because one,
That's
the
not
lady
true.
goes
That's
into
not true. That's not
the
true.
lady. The lady
What's
goes
not
into his
true?
house. The lady goes into
That's
his
not
house.
true. Hillary
invited
Clinton.
in.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
god. But no, like he can't see his reflection in the mirror, but we can.
Yeah, he can see his reflection, and the lady vampire, the vampire S,
Uh-huh.
didn't get invited into the house, but was inside of his house.
And when
How do you
he's
explain
in
that?
real life, she doesn't really recognize him.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Also,
Wait,
Okay.
what's the whole bit with his reflection?
well,
How does that play out actually?
well, it's like he's in the bathroom, right? And then like the whole thing with vampires is they can't see the reflection.
And he
But
can
then-
see it perfectly.
But no, he couldn't see his at all. But like we obviously could.
Hmm
In his head.
But like how are you like is he just experiencing like psychosis?
Well, I think some people think, and myself sort of included, that he got bit by that bat at the beginning, and he's got like rabies the whole movie.
Oh, that's why his like lips are all like weirdly red, and like
Oh
his
shit.
eyes are puffed up, and he has that fucking
So-
manic episodes. Yeah, I can see that.
That's a possibility.
Dude, Quinn cracked the code.
We
Dude.
got it.
Quinn is our Da Vinci.
Holy shit! That makes perfect sense.
Because,
Actually.
like, the reason why he goes crazy isn't really explained, so that's the best thing I could come up with.
Can we give a big dilly dilly to Quinn?
Dilly dilly.
Dilly dilly.
Yeah, dilly dilly, dude.
What is that you're doing?
It's
It's
the
a
Budweiser
Bud Light,
commercial.
Bud Light thing.
Oh, okay.
Not Budweiser, you fucking
Oh, it's
simpleton.
not? I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Bud Light. God, you know what? We'll talk about it after the
Dude.
show. We might have a new position
We'll
for
have a
you.
Dude, you got the one though. Yeah, Quinn, you might be moving up.
Yeah, Quinn,
Might be
Congratulations, you're showrunner now.
To unpaid co-host.
Unpaid co-host.
Oh yeah. No longer unpaid intern.
My position is paid. I just don't share the money with you.
yeah, you
Oh,
can be
yeah.
the 20.
How much do you make?
I don't want to say that on the pod.
No, just say it. We're all comfortable.
Give us
with it. Just
how many
say it.
figures? How many figures?
Yeah.
2?
Ooh,
Holy
shit.
Ooh.
Okay.
Where does that come from?
Yeah, where's it coming from?
My parents.
Anonymous
Of
donations.
course.
Hey, if you wanna, hit me up after the pod. I'll tell you what I'm doing.
Great.
Selling knives with
Just selling-
Yeah.
Just selling feet pics on Venmo, easy.
Until you get audited.
Yeah, reported.
Well,
to
yeah,
IRS.
but I'm hoping no one will audit.
No one can be asked.
You're not a
The
cute
only-
girl.
Only
What a
person I've
cute
told is
girl.
my parents and my mailman. So, who's
Wait,
gonna
why your
report me?
mailman?
What do you think?
I don't know. What's like
Isn't
weird
it,
about
isn't it
mailmen?
obvious?
You know, I
Since when are mailmen like looking for feet pics by some
Ever since Amazon's
redheaded
taking it.
boy?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
long
you
life
need,
for a
like,
mailman nowadays.
But to be fair, the postal service should be destroyed. Amazon should. And yeah, that's my like normal take. It's not even a hot take. It's a normal take.
Jesus.
That Amazon should take over.
Yeah, take over everything. I mean, I don't really care what they destroyed.
They should turn us all into vampires. Oh my god, Amazon is the end
Dude.
of the marketing scheme.
Jeff Bezos is a vampire.
Jeff Bezos is going to turn us all
Dude,
into
have you
vampires.
fucking seen him in the?
Allegedly.
Dude, I've never seen him in the mirror.
That's a good point. We have no proof that he's not a vampire.
Wait, can vampires be seen on like camera footage though?
Nope.
No, they can't.
Okay.
They can't. I'm
No
pretty sure.
cameras, no mirrors.
Wait, they can?
Pretty. Why is it no cameras?
Well, why no mirrors? It's arbitrary.
But you can't just reinvent the rulebook, Quinn.
I think that's like isn't that like an established thing? They don't show up on
Well,
the
maybe
cameras?
because
I don't
like
know.
maybe because like I don't know. Oh my god. Maybe because like whatever.
I'm pretty sure in Twilight they can
mirrors-
take a photo, right?
Yeah, in Twilight they're able to take a photo.
Yeah, we're
probably.
taking that. Twilight's kind of like the vampire Bible. I mean,
Yeah.
I do think one thing we have to take in mind is that vampires, like the rules of vampires, aren't very consistent.
Hmm.
Like
You're-
my fundamental text on vampires, or like founding text on vampires as a child, was Scooby Doo.
Of course.
When they go to Australia.
Oh, hey, with
that's
the
such
hot
a
goth.
good movie.
Yeah,
Dude,
Girls?
not
Yeah.
Zombie
we should do that
Island.
movie.
Oh, dude,
Not Zombie Island. Pleb alert.
I call a theory about the goth girls. Like,
Yeah, what's their name again?
The Hex
Oh,
Girls.
the Hex Girls.
Dude, and they're gonna put
Oh,
a spell
God.
on you.
dude, dude, they are ready. Oh my god, fucking, that's like they're conditioning us to like goth girls. That's why goth girls are a thing in like 2019.
Oh my god. Another conspiracy.
They made their premiere, I think, in a different one, and it was the one where they go to this like
They go to
small like town, and it was like the witch's ghost. Do you guys remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
one
yeah.
was actually scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Really?
The witch
Did you ever watch
herself,
Zombie
I found
Island?
her scary.
that
Dude,
one I
no,
was
the
talking about,
zombie one.
Island
The
was
zombie
the
one
fucked
was
up one.
scary.
The zombie one was actually scary.
That
Like
one
that
was
one
so
was
fucked up because
that was-
the zombies were like real. It wasn't like a dude in a mask.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
like that was like groundbreaking at the time. But
Also-
we're off topic.
Didn't that one have
That
cat
whole
girls
series.
too?
Well, yeah, the cat girls were the villains. The zombies were
Wait, there's cat girls?
Yeah, that one had
Oh,
cat girls.
dude,
the two women who owned the
they're
ranch or
werewolves,
whatever
but they're not like werewolf
they
girls.
wear cats.
They're like cat
Oh
girls.
god, dude, we were ahead of Japan on that one, boys.
What's a werecat?
Dilly dilly.
I don't
It's
think
like
we
a-
were.
It's like a feline version of a werewolf.
Hey, you know what college the Scooby Doo writers went to?
Yeah.
Harvard.
Were.
Harvard.
Oh,
Harvard. Harvard, boys.
Just like you, Lucas.
Yeah, just like me.
Wait, what's the difference between like a Yale writer and a...
Okay. So Vampire's
confused.
Kiss and Punisher, Yale writers. Scooby
No,
Doo.
Punisher was like Stanford.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that one. But like
Annoying.
Harvard, Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo is like Harvard tier. Same with like the Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's Harvard tier. Just very on the nose.
What the fuck is this like?
This is so fucking stupid.
Did you guys speaking of stupid, did you guys ever see that movie Vampires Suck?
No,
No,
but that came up a lot.
That was like my first idea for an episode title for this, and I decided it sucked.
Was that like one of those dumbass
Like the parody
goof
movies are really
movies?
It was a
popular.
parody
And
of
like,
Twilight,
Oh
and
my
it was so
God.
dumb.
yeah.
Dude, do you guys remember Epic Movie?
No, I
But yeah,
remember this.
Vampires Suck came up a lot when I was legally searching for this movie.
Okay. Vampires suck.
When you get your verb wrong.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any final thoughts on Vampire's Kiss?
Dude, Nick Cage got action in this movie. Good for him.
He got
I mean,
a lot.
some of it was pretty fucked though.
I mean, one third of it, not bad.
He did have,
Majority
like,
of it
a lot
was.
of consensual sex, I guess.
Yeah, but
How
dude,
the hell
good for
did he
him.
bite through some girl's neck so easily?
Dude, jaw strength, it's wild.
Dude,
You know you can munch through like a sidewalk.
What?
no way.
Yeah.
Shut
Noah,
up.
What are you talking about?
Noah, try it out after the show.
Shut the fuck up, Lucas. Otherwise, curb stomping wouldn't be a thing.
You're about to get curb stomped and you just bite through it, so they
Yeah,
have room
you
to fall.
bite through
Yeah,
it
so
and
that's the
hit
thing.
concrete in
You
the
have
face.
someone. You're having someone else's shoe like hit your head and go through the concrete for you. You need to activate. That's how you stop it.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
You just bite through the curb?
Yeah,
It's
and you're
that
good.
easy?
That's a
Yeah.
good tip.
Okay.
Food for thought.
Does it do anything to your teeth?
Yeah, no, it keeps them fine.
Oh,
If
cool.
anything, it makes it stronger. It's like
Yeah, it sharpens them.
yeah, it's like it's like running a knife through a fucking sharpening tool.
Epic.
All right.
Fuck.
I think that's it for us this week. We'll be back next week with
We'll always
talking
be
about
back.
Watchmen. The book and the movie. The book is required reading, and it's a good thing we paid for literacy classes for all four of them.
Do you hear that, Quinn and Lucas?
Required reading.
I go to Harvard. I don't need to read.
I'm gonna
I
read it just
legally
like I
do not
read
need to
every
read.
book in high school.
Yeah, just like that. All right. For everything Honors Film, check us out on SoundCloud, YouTube, and not iTunes because they fucked us over. But we're gonna figure
Or
that out
wherever
later.
podcasts are sold.
Yeah.
Plug the Twitter.
But right now it's just SoundCloud and YouTube. Also, follow us on Twitter at HonorsFilmPod. And I think that's it. We'll see you next week. That's it. Bye.
Dilly dilly, boys. Dilly dilly.
Easy.
Catch you cats on the flip flop later.